Very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about decision support system, or in short we call it as DSS. It is an important part of any planning activities. Decision support system helps us to make a plan and how we can implement that plan for the successful completion of any project or any kind of infrastructural activities. So first, I would like to start with the topics which I am going to cover in today's lecture. We will see different methodologies for decision support system, then what are the technological components that are required for decision support system, and how we can develop decision support system. The name is very clear. The decision support system, the name is very clear that decision support system helps us to make any decision. It provides us some useful information that can be used for making any decision regarding any planning, regarding any kind of activities, infrastructure development, planning, or you can say any kind of construction in related to the urban area or urban planning. So today's topic is very important. So now we will see the capabilities, the structure and classification of decision support system. Okay, so the decision support system, when we talk about the configuration of decision support system, so it is configured, it is designed to support the individual and the group or team of the members. Like it supports the individual person as well as any organization. It is used repeatedly and constantly. You can use the same decision support system repeatedly many times. Two major components of any decision support system is data and model, and it can be used as a web-based services. Means whatever the decision you have made, what is your plan, you can publish, you can show your plan using web-based services. It is having some subjective, personal and objective data sets. It also having some simulation models. It is used in public and private sectors. Decisions configuration, DSS configuration is also used in public and private sectors. It has what if capabilities, and it uses the quantitative and qualitative models both. These are some basic configurations of decision support system. Okay, so definition of decision support system was given by different authors. The one of the important definition provided by the author name is Little in 1970. He defined a decision support system as a model based set of procedures for processing the data and judgments to assist a manager in his decision making. The basic assumption of this DSS is that the system is computer based and it extends the user's capabilities. Okay, it helps us to make more accurate decision. It helps us the capabilities of individual user or a group of users or any organization to make any decision. Okay, and it is also having some comparison between traditional system. EDP is a traditional system. Before the development of decision support system, EDP system was implemented, but it is having some disadvantages. So when we are having decision support system, it is more advantageous in comparison to the EDP system, which was traditional and old system. Okay, so this is the comparison between DSS and EDP. DSS can be active, EDP can be used as passive only. Okay, DSS having line and staff management system, it is having clerical system only. The DSS is very effective, but EDP is as we know that EDP is a traditional system, so it requires mechanical efficiency, and present and future means we can implement decision support system for present time as well as for future scenario, but EDP is based on the past data set. Okay, and the major objective of DSS is the flexibility. Means you can apply the same decision support system in different ways. There is a flexibility, whereas EDP is constant. Means you cannot modify that EDP. It is designed specifically for a specific objective. So these are the comparative comparison between DSS and EDP. So today we are going to see details about decision support system and how it is useful for EDP. No, sorry, for any decision making. Okay. So now some other definitions were also given for decision support system. Moore and Change in 1980, they have defined decision support system as a extendable system. means it can be extended to any of the application. It is capable of supporting ad hoc data analysis and decision modeling. It is oriented towards the future planning. When we talk about the future simulation, future planning, so decision support system is very much useful. And Bonzek in 1980, they are also having some definition about DSS. They defined it as a computer-based system. It consists some languages, like it is used to communicate between the user and decision support system components. It is knowledge-based system, and the probable processing system. It is the link between the other two components. So this is the Bonzek et al. They are they are two different authors, and they have different definitions of DSS. But the main goal of decision support system is to make any decision. It helps us to make accurate and proper decision to solve any real world problem. Okay. Decision support system is can be applied to a situation where final system can be developed and only through an adaptive process of the learning and evaluation. So the main issue in DSS is support and improvement of decision making. How it is going to support your decision making, and how you can improve your decision making by using decision support system. Okay, so these are some central issues in decision support system. Okay, so these are the concepts which is underlying decision support system definition. Different authors have given different definitions of decision support system, and you can see they defined DSS in different terms. Gori, Scott, Little, Alter, Moore, Chang, Venjok, Keen. They are all having different kinds of definitions for decision support system. Okay, so a common, or you can say the general working definition of decision support system is written here. A decision support system is an interactive, flexible, and adaptable CBIS that is specially developed for supporting the solution of a non-structured management problem for improved decision making. It utilizes data, it provides easy user interface, and it allows for the decision makers' own insights. DSS may utilize the models. It is used for utilizing different kinds of models in built any interactive process, and it supports all the phases of the decision making and may include a knowledge component. So this is a common, or you can say the general working definition of decision support system. So these are some characteristics and capabilities of DSS. It provides support in semi-structured and unstructured solutions. It includes the human judgment. It supports for various managerial levels, supports to the individuals as well as the group or organization. It supports to interdependent or sequential decision. It supports all the phases of the decision making process. And also it supports a variety of decision making processes and the styles. Okay, these are some characteristics and capabilities of decision support system. It is adaptive. It is very user friendly. Means it is based on user friendly interface. The main goal and motive of decision support system is to improve the effectiveness of decision making. The decision maker controls the decision making process. Means you are having total control over any decision making process when you use decision support system. Okay, the end users can build simple systems. It utilizes the model for the analysis and also provides access to a variety of data sources, formats, and the types. So decision makers can make better, more consistent decisions in a timely manner. When you use decision support system, so it makes easy to you to make any decision. It makes you capable to make better decision, a consistent decision in any kind of real world problem, in any kind of solving any real world solution problem. Okay, so these are some components of decision support system. It is having total 5 components: data management subsystem, model management system, knowledge based system, user interface, and the user. So total 5 components of any decision support system. We are going to discuss one by one: what is data management, what is model management system, what is knowledge system, and other user and interface system. Okay. So this is the components: user, then user interface, DBMS, KBS2. These are some scenarios. Means you can apply any decision support system in different scenarios. You can prepare different scenario and you can check different scenarios, like which scenario is more suitable for a specific solution or for a specific decision support system. Okay, so it is also having, there is a facility of having multiple scenarios that can be applied using decision support system or any kind of GIS based support system. The data management system includes the database. Then we can work on the database management system, data directory, and query facility. When we talk about data management system, so definitely we have to manage a large data set. For that, we need to develop database management system that is having some data directory or having some query facility. Okay, so DSS having some capabilities of database management system. Database management system is a computer based system that is used to utilize different kinds of data sources, and you can have the proper management of all the databases. That is known as database management system. So database management system can capture and extract the data for the inclusion of DSS. It can be easily updated, means you can update your databases, you can delete, you can add, you can change any of the data in your database. It interrelates the data from different sources, and it can be used to retrieve the data from the databases for different queries. It provides the comprehensive data security. Means when you use database management system for decision support system, so it is having secure more security, like you can prevent the unauthorized access of any user. And there is also the facility of the recovery in case of data damage or in case of you lost your database. So there is an option of recovery, you can recover your database. Okay, and it can handle the personal and unofficial data sets so that users can experiment with the alternative solution. It performs the complex data manipulation task. It tracks the data used within the DSS, and it also manages the data through a data dictionary. So these are some capabilities of database management system and how it can be used in decision support system. Okay, so database issues, data warehouse, data mining, means when we talk about database management system, so we should have a data warehouse. Data warehouse is the collection of all the databases. Data mining means you have to extract some useful information from your database, that is known as data mining. When you are going to extract something from your database, when you are going to extract, mining means extraction of the information. When you are going to extract some information from your database, that is known as data mining. It is independent on the decision database. Extraction of the data for internal, external, and private sources. Okay, we are having also web browsers. We can use web based services for data access. It supports the multimedia databases like video, audio, images, JPG or GIF. Any kind of multimedia database is also supported by DSS. Okay, it also works as an online analytical processing, OLAP. OLAP is a online analytical processing that is supported by the DSS. Means there is a option of online processing of your database. You can process your database online using OLOP. Object oriented databases is also supported by DSS, and it is also used as a commercial database management system. Whatever the data you have prepared, you can use it for commercial purpose. You can sell your database, uh, you can make money by selling your database. That is commercial database management system. These are some issues related to database. The model management system, that is having analog of the database management system. For that, we need to have some model based management system, modeling languages, model directory, and model execution, model integration, and the command processor. So this is the second component of decision support system. First one was the data, then second one was the model. After collecting the data, after creating a database management system, now we are going to see how we can implement different models for that decision support system. Okay, so model may be applied at different levels. It may be applied at a strategic level, then tactical level, or operational level. And also we should have some modeling languages. Means we should have some languages like in general we call it as programming languages. So we should also have some programming languages so that we can write some codes to implement any model. Okay, there is a lack of standard MBMS activities, and the use of artificial intelligence and fuzzy logic can also be applied in the model management system, model based management system, MBMS, model based management system. Okay, right now in recent time, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, these are some advanced techniques that can be used for modeling our database. These are some advanced techniques that can be used to model our database to make any decision, to make any decision to solve any real world problem. So this is about the model based management system. Knowledge based management system means it provides some expertise in solving any complex unstructured and semi structured problems. It can expertise that provided by an expert system or other intelligent system. Some advanced decision support system have a knowledge based management components that leads to the intelligent decision support system. For an example, data mining is a kind of knowledge based support system. Means you are going to extract some data, you are going to extract some information from that database. So data mining is also considered as a knowledge based management system that is used to extract some information, some knowledge, some useful information from your database. User interface is also there, like when you use any software, whatever software you are using, like AirDAS, NV, ArcGIS. So these all are based on user interface. Means you can have the option on your screen. You can have the option of file, open, close, then any kind of processes. So the decision support system can also be, it is used as a user interface based system. Means it includes all the communication between the user and the support system. It is having graphical user interface, GUI. When the options are available on your screen, when you are able to see the options on your screen, that is known as graphical user interface. Whatever the software you are using, like ArcGIS, when you open ArcGIS, you can see different options on your screen. So this kind of software, this kind of system is known as graphical user interface. So in the same way, decision support system is based on graphical user interface. It is having all the options present in your screen that can be easily accessed. Then you can easily apply any of the option. It is voice recognition and speech synthesis is possible in the user interface. So to the most users, the user interface is the system. So for this user interface, you are having the option for different tools and techniques that can be applied for decision support system. Okay, so users, definitely if we are having some decision support system, so different users can use your decision support system. Whatever the database you have created or whatever the decision you have made, your decision making process can be used by different users. It can be used by different administrative persons, it can be used by government organizations, it may be used by some individuals or a group of experts or group of some members. Okay, a manager, there are different intermediaries like a staff assistant, expert tool user, business analyst, different kinds of administrators. They can also use your decision support system. If you prepare a decision support system, so different users, multiple users from different organizations, whether it is individual or a group of users, can use your decision support system for making any decision related to their problem. Hardware is also required for preparing this decision support system. Decision support system is totally based on computer. So when we are dealing with computer, we need to have good configuration of the hardware. There should be good amount of RAM capacity. There may be good amount of processing speed of your system. So decision support system is also having good configured hardware and software technologies. The major hardware options for decision support system is mainframe computers, the workstations, which are highly configuration computer systems. You can also use personal computers, laptops for making any decision support system. Okay, it also supports different web server systems like internet and extranets. Okay, so these are some hardware requirements for making any decision support system, that is DSS. Okay, So distinguishing the DSS from management science and MIS. So how you can differentiate decision support system from management science and MIS. So decision support system is a problem solving tool and is frequently used to address ad hoc and unexpected problems. Okay, while other management sciences are specific to a specific problem, but decision support system can handle any unexpected problem. It is not designed to deal any fixed problem. So that is the main advantage of using decision support system. It can deal with unexpected problems. It can deal with any unexpected real world problem that can be solved by decision support system. It is very much different from MIS. This is management information system. And decision support system evolve as they develop. Means you can have the developmental processes during the decision support system. Decision support system can be and prepared using different developmental processes as they are having some developing steps. Then you can have different options to develop. You can different options to continuous development of decision support system. That makes it very much useful, very powerful tool, and it is very much different from the previously designed management system, previously designed MIS, that is management information system. Management information system is designed only to deal a fixed problem, a specific problem. But decision support system can deal any of the unexpected problem, any of the unexpected uh, issues related to the real world problem. Okay. Decision support system can also be categorized into different classes: text oriented decision support system, database oriented decision support system, spreadsheet oriented DSS, solver oriented DSS, rule oriented DSS, compound DSS. Okay, so the degree of action implication of the system output. Okay, the alters output classification. This classification system of DSS was given by Alter in 1980. Okay, so I am not going in detail about all these classification, but you see here only the decision support system can be categorized into different types depending on their requirement. When you are dealing with text related data sets, that is text oriented database, database oriented DSS, spreadsheet, rule oriented compound DSS, different decision support system having different application. Depending on the requirement, we can use any of the decision support system. Okay, so intelligent decision support system categories, it should be descriptive. It is having some procedure. There may be some reasoning, linguistic, presentation, and assimilative. Intelligent decision support system categories having these components, having these properties. It should be descriptive, procedural, reasoning, linguistic, presentation, and the assimilative. Alternate categories of intelligent DSS, it should be symbiotic, expert system based, adaptive, and holistic. Okay, means when you are going to use intelligent decision support system, so it should be symbiotic. It should be based on some symbols. It should be based on some expert systems, means some previous knowledge about that system. It should be adaptive and holistic, means it is having adaptive approach, and it should be holistic view, so that you can have different intelligent decision support system. So this is very important here. Institutional DSS versus ad hoc DSS. Institutional DSS deals with the decision of a recurring nature, and ad hoc DSS deals with the specific problem that are usually neither anticipated nor recurring. So also these two are different types of classification system: institutional DSS and ad hoc decision support system. Institutional decision support system deals with the decisions of a recurring nature. If the same problem is recurring many times, if you are dealing with the same problem which is occurring many times, then you can use institutional decision support system. Okay, and ad hoc decision support system deals with the specific problem that are not usually anticipated nor recurring. If the problem is not repeated many times, if you are dealing with the problem which is not repeating continuously, then you need to use ad hoc decision support system. And if the same problem is repeating many times, if you are dealing with the same problem which is repeating every year or every month, so you need to apply institutional decision support system. So institutional and ad hoc, these are other classification of decision support system, and both are different from each other depending on the nature of the problem, how much your how what kind of problem you are dealing with. You are dealing with the recurring problem, or if you are dealing with some specific problem, depending on that you can use any of the decision support system, either institutional DSS or ad hoc DSS. Okay. So degree of non-procedurality, personal, group, and organizational support, individual versus group support system, and custom-made versus ready-made system. These are some other classification. You can categorize your decision support system based on customized decision support system or ready-made systems. Means if you are having decision support system, you can customize your decision support system, or you can use ready-made decision support system. It may be individual versus group support system. It may be personal, group, and organizational support. That is Hackathon and Keen in 1988. They have defined some decision support system which is based on the use of personal or individual or a group or organizational setup. Okay. So these are other classification systems of the decision support system. So today we have discussed the fundamentals of decision support system, different components of decision support system. The components include the, you can say, the database management system, model-based management system, knowledge-based management system, the user interface, and the user. So what are the major capabilities of decision support system? It is already discussed today in the lecture. And what are the major DSS categories, and how you can differentiate different kinds of decision support system based on the nature of the problem. If you are dealing with recurring problem, then you can use institutional DSS. If you are dealing with a specific problem, then you can use ad hoc decision support system. So this is all about the decision support system, and it can be used for solving any real world problem. It provides you the facility to make more accurate decision, to make more precise decision in solving any real world problem. Okay. And it is computer based system, so you need to have good configuration, good hardware, good software. You need to have some fundamental programming languages that can be used to write some model, that can be used to prepare some model, to run your decision support system. Decision support system is based on your database management system also, what kind of database you are dealing with, and depending on the database, whatever the database you are having, you can create a model, you can design a model. That can be done using decision support system. So in next lecture we will discuss the spatial decision support system. This is the decision support system in which we have just overviewed about the fundamentals and components of decision support system. But when we are dealing with spatial database, when we are going to use spatial database with DSS, then it will be considered as spatial decision support system, that is known as SDSS. Okay, that is an extension of DSS. SDSS is an extension of DSS. When you are going to deal with spatial database, so its name will be changed as spatial decision support system. Okay, so in the next class we will see the components, we will see the functions of spatial decision support system for solving any real world problem, for any kind of urban planning application, for any kind of planning activities related to any real world problem. Okay, so thank you very much for today's class. In the next class, we will discuss about the spatial decision support system, or SDSS. Thank you for this class.